Hey everyone, welcome to the Facebook Ads Creatives lesson. Okay, this is where we're going to talk about your photos and videos. Now, there's multiple different formats for photos and videos, and there are you can combine them together. Like in this ad, you can see this is all one ad that combines a video with a photo together. They have slideshows, they have different carousels, they have a single photo or just a single video, and then even within that, there's different sizes that you can use. So your creative is just a general term that refers to the photo or video or whatever combination of that you are using for your ad. And I'm going to go through and give you my best ideas and tips and strategies here for how to use Facebook ads creatives. That's kind of a mouthful. Facebook ads creatives effectively. Number one, I want to talk about video marketing. Video marketing is definitely king on social media right now. This stat is just to show you that across social media, video is taking over. And that's just because very naturally, right, the more that as photos were introduced into marketing years ago, right, photos is basically where it started. Now everybody is using that. Okay, it's become basically the lowest form of content. And then videos were introduced and people started using videos more. Videos are very engaging. They are more interactive. They keep somebody's attention longer. You have the ability to put music in there or words in there. You can also add subtitles and you can do so many things with videos. And there's so many advantages to using video actually within Facebook ads marketing, which I'm going to talk about some of those. But no matter what, videos are helping you stand out now. Okay, and it's not to say that photos don't work. We're going to talk about photos that work and how they still have their place, but there's no doubt about it that you need a video marketing strategy because videos are by far and away the preferred form of content across social media, and Facebook even favors videos on the Facebook and Instagram platform because one of the things that Facebook wants to do is keep users on their platform as long as possible. And its biggest competition in that area is YouTube, right? Which is all video based, and people spend hours on YouTube watching videos. So Facebook understood this and now is definitely prioritizing videos in the newsfeed and on Instagram. If you've ever, well, this isn't a module about Instagram, but if you've ever noticed by marketing on Instagram or on your own profile, videos get way more engagement, right? They get way more reach. It's the same thing on Facebook. Videos will get more reach and more engagement because the platform is naturally going to prioritize that type of content in the news feed. Right? So the first thing we want to talk about is how to get videos for your products, because if you're new, and even if you're not new, there's a couple strategies that you can think about. One is just using a slideshow, okay? This is the lowest form of a video, but it can still work if you don't have a good video for your product, all right? Because one thing that you don't want to do is go out and steal somebody else's video. Trust me, this was a big trend in 2018. People were stealing videos. Facebook caught on to this and has started shutting down accounts, okay? Banning accounts, shutting people down for infringement, right? So you don't want to be stealing people's videos, which can lead you to the idea of how do I get a video? Number one, if you don't have anything, you can use a slideshow to test. A slideshow can still work very well. Now, this is where if you're unfamiliar with the ads platform, you need to go, you can go into the blueprint and you can go look at where you create a slideshow, right? I'm not going to cover that because it's very basic. When you get to your ad creation section, you'll see a spot for either photo, video, slideshow, carousel ad, there's a bunch of different ones. So when you create a slideshow, you can do up to 10 photos. You can even add music. You can even add subtitles to it. And it can be really effective if you are, if you have multiple images of a product, right? Like you have your product and you have multiple different images of the product in use or different angles with different backgrounds or whatever it might be. Or especially even if you have a product that has multiple variants, right? Like different options, like say red color, blue color, green color. There, that can work very well. As a matter of fact, I know somebody that was recently using this, and they were doing it with cell phone cases, okay, and they had a, that was their product, was cell phone cases, and they had all these cell phone cases on the same product page, right? Because they were like, let's come up with an example. This isn't a real life example, but let's just say for argument's sake, they were Animal Kingdom cell phone cases, right? One's a lion, one's a tiger, one's a bear, one's a panda. And so they were all on the same product page titled Animal Kingdom cell phone cases. And then within this slideshow, they had each slide was a different one of them. Okay, so they were running an ad that was a slideshow that would cycle through the different cell phone cases, and very cheap to run, very simple. All they did is take their actual pictures from their product page and upload them into a slideshow. It was super effective, right? It was really good, and they were able to make a lot of money with that campaign and scale it and eventually get a new video made for it. But it can be a good way to start if you have something with a lot of images in that type of area. Number two, you can learn to edit videos yourself. I have some apps here that are listed for the free ones. Filmora is one. iMovie, if you have an iPhone. OpenShot, and another one called VSDC. I've never used the last two. I just know they're recommended. I've used Filmora, and I know people that have used iMovie. I don't personally have an iPhone, but those can all work for you. Paid is Adobe Premiere, Adobe After Effects. There are definitely other paid versions of being able to create videos, but personally, I think Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects are going to be the leaders in this category. If you want to get a professional type of program that you can use, Adobe is pretty much in my opinion, Adobe is pretty much the king when it comes to this area of photo and graphics. Their Adobe Suite and Adobe Premiere are like some of the best products. So I would recommend that in the paid area, okay? That's all I can really say about that. I don't edit my own videos. It's never been my skill set. I've always been in the number 3 to 4 area, okay, where I outsource it. You can outsource videos very cheap, especially when it comes to your basic types of e-com products, e-commerce like dropship products, because this has become such a big business of sellers that are using this business model and using Facebook to sell products, that now there have been a bunch of agencies that have popped up, and people, a lot of times what you can find is people from around the world that live in low income countries that have skills, right? Like they have really good skills and talent when it comes to being able to create these videos very quickly, and they're able to outsource it for cheap, because to them, in the difference in the economy is that it's, for $10 you can get a good video made there, because for a country like India or the Philippines or Bangladesh, that's an actual that's a very good rate for the videos. So you can go to Fiverr and check that. You can also find that on Facebook. There's multiple pages like that for videos. You can post that in groups, and you'll get a lot of people that are in these groups that know how to make these videos. The only thing you need to do and recommend is find an example video, right? And make sure that you show them and get a couple samples of what they've done. Because one thing that's important with a video is not just the video itself, right? The video itself is very important, but you also are going to need somebody that can create good text to accompany the video. Because what you'll see, and you'll see when we get to this, I'll show you some examples here, but one of the things about video marketing on Facebook is a lot of people don't actually turn the volume on, number one. And number two is that with your basic physical products, right, there's no talking, there's no explanation. It's just a demonstration of the product or still shots in a video, right? So you end up creating subtext or subtitles to go along with the video that explain, highlight the benefits, highlight the things that the product is doing, so that's important, right? Because if you're getting stuff that's not grammatically correct, or if it's not written in a persuasive way, or you're not highlighting the right benefits, then your video is going to be way less effective, as opposed to even using the right type of font, using the right type of colors. So there's a lot of things you want to consider, and basically make sure that you're finding somebody professional that is good at being able to create these types of captions and subtitles to narrate the video without too much direction, okay? That's when you found somebody good. When you found somebody that can create a really well narrated video, and it's not long. These videos are like 30 seconds to a minute long, but that's plays a big difference, okay? And then number four, the highest level where you could do is hire a professional agency to record quality content. I have one I recommend here. These guys are fantastic. But no matter what, this is like, if you have a product that is your product, okay, it's not ideal for testing, okay? It's not ideal if you don't know what's going to sell yet and you're just trying to get videos to test products. But if you know what you're selling and you know you're scaling this product, or you have your own product that you've been working on, and like you're all in on that product, then it definitely makes a lot of sense to get your own professional video done. And that way it's your own content. If somebody tries to steal it, you can serve them with a takedown notice through Facebook, and it just looks so much better and so much more professional, and it can be so much more effective in selling. So I recommend ecomvids if you're in that type of situation. And no matter what, once you start to scale a product, it's good to be able to get your own video made, okay? Because one of the things about selling products on Facebook is you're going to need new creatives. Video tips for higher engagement. All right, split test your video thumbnails during your testing stage. Now, like me, when I was really pushing through lots of product testing, some of you probably are not going to do this. You're gonna skip it because you don't want to do the extra work. But one thing that I can tell you is it makes a big difference. All right, split testing your video thumbnails during the testing stage, because your video thumbnail, some people don't have automatic play on, with the way that their phone works. So that thumbnail is what's going to convince them whether to hit the play button or not. That can be a great difference in the click rate that you're getting, right? How many people are clicking that video to actually watch it? You should split test a few different thumbnails. One thing to remember, when you upload a video, Facebook is going to automatically choose a thumbnail for you, just like YouTube does, but you can upload any thumbnail you want, right? So definitely take a few ideas, upload a thumbnail. You can use Facebook stock images if you want to. Like, you can select a stock image from Facebook as your thumbnail, or you can find your own and upload it as your thumbnail. Don't do something that's considered clickbait, right? Like, it should be relevant to the video. You shouldn't pick like a picture of a really cute kitten that's about to jump off a couch and chase a mouse or something, and then they click the video and it's an ad for a kitchen product, right? Like, that's just going to piss people off. That's considered clickbait. So you want to make sure it's relevant, but you definitely want to test a few. And when you're scaling and you've been running your videos for a while, refresh the thumbnails. Okay, so like it's going to be new when you do that. Like, it's going to recreate the post. You're going to lose social engagement if you create a new ad with a new thumbnail. But it's something that eventually you'll see in your scaling. One of the things that is going to happen with your creatives is there's going to be burnout in the audience, because people are going to start seeing the same creative over and over again. So new thumbnails, even changing up the first 3 seconds, 5 seconds of the video can play a big difference. Check your video format. All right, 90% of traffic right now comes on mobile. And you've probably heard me say this before. You'll probably hear me say it again in the Facebook ads training. 90% of your traffic is going to come on mobile. So you want to have a video format that takes up more space in the mobile newsfeed. Now, better yet would be if you were running a different format for desktop and for mobile, because on desktop it still works good to have all right, your full landscape. This is the full landscape. This is your basic YouTube video format, your basic, TV video format. That's what most of us are used to. But the rise of the mobile news feed has really changed it. All right, you can see Instagram and Facebook are this one by one is the preference. Okay, this works really well. You're going to get a higher click-through rate here than you will here. So you definitely want to be here. Now, most video editors, most video agencies will definitely be able to do this for you. It's not complicated. So definitely go for the one by one. And for these full verticals, these can be really good as well because they take up the entire news feed, right? So that's even more powerful if you can get a video that's in like this story format that takes up the entire news feed. It doesn't have to be like, that could be a video that's just recorded this way where you're holding your phone and you're recording the video in that style, or it could be a video where you take the square video here and you add like you add a bar to the top and the bottom with some type of caption in it. But no matter what, you want to be trying to use these types of format on the mobile newsfeed. This at the least, this is what I generally try to do right here, the one by one. This is what it looks like. And this is why you can see it's better. This is a screenshot from my phone of a winning video ad, not mine, just a fantastic winning video ad in general. Anyway, you can see that between the ad copy here, right, with the emojis and the link, and the one by one video format here, it's taking up the entire newsfeed as you scroll through. Not the newsfeed, it's taking up the entire phone screen as you scroll through that ad. So that's really smart. That's what you want yours to look like, okay? You want it to be taking up the entire screen. You're going to get a much higher chance of people playing this when you do that. So a couple video tips for a higher engagement. Number one is add extras to make your videos stand out more. Captions and emojis is what we're talking about here. So again, you can see we're looking at the one by one video format. If you're wondering what these little ghosts are here, it's because I pulled these ad examples that I'm using through a third-party software that can spy on Facebook ads. So anyway, this one by one format, right? Now, this is what I meant by creating like bars on the top and the bottom that can allow you to easily take a more horizontal or landscape type video and turn it into a one by one. Okay, and the captions can work really well because they allow you to create persuasive text that's going to grab somebody's attention, right? If you're targeting somebody who is into cooking and has their own kitchen, has their own nice kitchen in their home and loves to buy cooking utensils, this caption will get their attention, right? Every kitchen needs this sponge, and then it's got a video thumbnail of these 3 sponges. So it's a good example. But even more than that, you can see the use of emojis and also captions like this. This is what I'm talking about with wanting to narrate your video. Easily charge with any USB device. This is narrating the video because this video is just a demonstration. So these types of things really will help you create better engagement. And the way that it's, you want to make sure like you're highlighting benefits as you do this, okay? Easily charge with any USB device. So that's a great example of a caption that highlights the benefit of what this product is and what the person is demonstrating in the video. You can also see the emojis. Emojis are a fantastic thing to use. You don't want to overdo emojis, and you definitely want to try to format it a little bit better than like what they did here. But still, no matter what, emojis capture attention, okay? So it's something that is really effective in getting people's attention, because when you're running ads, that's what you're really trying to do, right? You're just trying to get people's attention. You're trying to get them to stop in the news feed that they're scrolling, looking at friends' pictures, looking at this picture, looking at what this person ate, looking at this person they're jealous of, and blah, and this person's vacation, and then boom, you want them to stop right in the middle of the news feed on your ad. So these are the types of things that can help create higher engagement. The less expensive and more simple the product, the shorter your video should be. My opinion, for general e-commerce products, it should be under 60 seconds, okay? Now, what I have here is just what you're actually, the allowance for video time in the different placements, okay? So in your basic Facebook feed placement here, you can go, and the reason it can go so long, you can record videos that long. You can go live on your timeline and talk for an hour and a half and then publish it as a video if you want. In-stream videos have to be really short because these are like in the middle of somebody watching some type of content, and then Facebook, it's like a YouTube ad basically, right? In the middle of somebody watching some type of content, and then Facebook will serve them with an in-stream video. So they have to be short. Same thing, the audience network ones, these are videos that are going to be placed on like third-party apps and stuff. I don't use this too much, but if you're going to try to create a video that can work across all placements, then it's going to have to be much shorter, okay? Generally, you're probably going to have to exclude the in-stream video because, or create a specific one for just this category, because your video is probably going to be longer than 15 seconds. But for the most part here, you can see within the Instagram feed and the Facebook feed, you can do up to 60 seconds and run a video across both feeds simultaneously. So that works really well. But within within Facebook, obviously, just on the basic feed, and the suggested videos, instant articles, you can run a long video if you want to, but I really don't suggest that unless it's a complex product or a really expensive product, right? Like if you were selling an information course on Facebook ads, then maybe you're going to create like a 5-minute video that's talking about this and that. But for just like a basic, kitchen gadget that you're selling, you don't need a video that long. You should be able to get it in under 60 seconds. Doesn't need to be a professional studio video. I did mention hiring a professional agency to create videos can be very, very effective, but it also doesn't have to be. All right. Facebook is a social platform. And so the more native your content looks on Facebook, a lot of times the better it will do, because it's not going to come off as much like a sales pitch, right? You want it to seem native. And with a lot of phones nowadays, the reality is an iPhone or like the S7, S8, S9, S10, the Google Pixel, like these phones can all record really nice videos, okay? And some of the people that I've worked with, that's how they got their videos. I know one person, for example, she was doing a makeup line, and all she did to create her video was use her iPhone to record a video of her like applying some of the makeup to her skin, and that became the content video, and that video went on to have do very well in launching the brand, okay, because it looked like native content. It was still high quality format, so that stuff can work well. I don't want to say that you can't use your own phone to create videos. You certainly can, but you should also be good at editing videos too, because generally you'll still want to edit it a little. You're not usually just going to record a video and upload it right to Facebook without any editing. Different types of video formats, and by format what I mean is like, I guess, concepts. What's the idea behind this video? Unboxing a product, you can do customer reviews, testimonials, explainer videos, or live action videos. Live action videos I think tend to work best for e-com products. Unboxing as well, right? That can be good. Unboxing a lot of times is what you see influencers doing on YouTube or Instagram. Like they will record a video of them opening the product up and going through it and giving their opinion and review on the product. So that can certainly work. And the live demonstration ones or live action videos, I think are what work the best. And by live action, I just mean that you're demonstrating something like these. Like this is a live action video. When you watch this, it's just a person demonstrating how the USB product works. Same thing with this sponge. Same thing with this salad bowl rinser. Okay, so that's what I mean by a live action video. is that it's a demonstration video showing the product in action. These things almost work like a mini infomercial, right? And that's why they're really, really effective. It's the same type of video advertising format that has worked for decades in the infomercial market, and now it's just like a condensed version of that you bring to the Facebook newsfeed, okay? Testimonial videos are fantastic for retargeting because you're adding social proof, right? And so there's some good strategies. And one thing that I'll mention here is that it's important to remember, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more, but just as a note here because it's relevant. It's important to remember that first video, just having one video, isn't necessarily that's not a whole campaign, right? That's just an ad. And if you want to consider a whole campaign, you'll have that first video, and then maybe you'll be retargeting people who watched 50% or more of that video without making a purchase, and you'll retarget them with a testimonial talking about, how good this product was, or how this product did this, or how this product helped them achieve that, or you know what I mean. So testimonial videos and live action videos are both good to consider having inside your overall campaign. If you can get a testimonial video. And if you can't, you could always use yourself as one, right? But no matter what, you want to be able to consider having different forms of content using your video when it comes to scaling a winning product. Now, photo marketing still works, all right? Like I said in the beginning, I don't want to make it sound like photos don't work. Here's an example this is old now, but this is still, these types of photos and these types of advertising campaigns still work really well. Now, what I like here about what they did, this is all one photo, okay? And I like that because it gives one big photo here, right? And so this format would look like this. Where are we at here? Basically, they did this. They did a 2x3 photo format where they have one big picture with a caption up top, and then they have 4 little pictures. All right, it's all made in Photoshop. It's not multiple photos. It's just one canvas with a collage of photos put into it. Right. So this works really well. These types of ads can still work well, and where I think photos tend to work best on Facebook is for these types of, like, this is advertising this beanie, right? So I think photos tend to work best with apparel products, accessory products that are kind of like what you see is what you get. They don't need a demonstration. You don't need to see how it works, like a kitchen gadget or a USB device, right? They are lifestyle images that show somebody wearing the product, and they can still work really well because you get it. Also, these types of products that are really unique and don't need an explanation because there's no real function to them except for decoration, right? So you can see that these images, again here, this image, same type of format, right, where they did the caption up top, one main image and then 4 little images. And the thing about these products here is that these are products straight off of AliExpress. These images that they're using are not even images that they created. They're just images that they took straight from the product page on AliExpress where they found the product. But why they worked so well is because they are so unique. That, and they're really good quality images, right? You've never seen a product like this in the way that they have the dark background with the contrast light. Like, they're cool images. They're unique products. So that can work really well as an ad also, just based on the uniqueness of it, based on the fact that people had never seen this before it was advertised. So it got really, really good reactions. Here's a couple other examples of what I mean by just apparel and accessories, right? Here, a woman wearing a dress. Here, this is print on demand, okay? Generally in print on demand, you're going to be using photos, okay? You can use videos, certainly you can use slideshows as well, but still with print on demand, it's one of those things, it's what you see is what you get, right? So you don't really need a video, because if somebody sees this t-shirt and they read it and they like it, they don't need to see a video of somebody wearing the t-shirt, right? Or a video of the t-shirt flapping in the wind or something. You can see what it is from here. We all know what a t-shirt is and what it looks like and what it feels like, so it's enough. just for most print-on-demand products to be able to use this with some type of nice background. And then here as well, this is an accessory, a bracelet, where they did a nice collage type of deal and added a few different images together within one picture so that you could get, right, just because doing this is more unique. It's less boring than just if they would have posted just one picture of the bracelet itself. So you get a picture of the bracelet so you can see what the full product looks like, and then you get a picture of somebody modeling it so you can get an idea of what it is like to wear the bracelet, okay? And there's a free software called Canva, Canva, that you can, here, I'll actually open it up. Free. All you have to do is sign in. I'm not going to sign in. I just want to show it to you. They can help you create good video and photo ads because so graphs, photo editing, print. They just have a cool designer, free designer that you can use that can help you create these types of formats. It'll let you like create different combinations of collages, and they automatically format it for you, so it's nice. Using carousel ads. Carousel ads are great because it's the only ad format that you can use multiple creatives together. All right. There's two different styles. All right. For e-commerce products, generally using multiple photos together in a way that creates a larger image or story is really effective. And I'm going to show you what that means in just a second. For info products and bigger purchases, using multiple video ads together in a carousel can work great. So what I mean by that is like because you can upload a carousel allows you to create multiple cards, basically. This is what Facebook calls each one of these. It's a card, and you can do up to 10 cards in one carousel. So what you'll see here is card 1 as the carousel, and then somebody can swipe and keep going through the carousel. So as you see, this is really clever what they did here, right? They designed a large picture and then split that picture into equal size pieces and then captioned each one a little bit differently to highlight the different parts of the product. So you get almost a story within this carousel ad that they're using. It's a larger feel. With info, I mean, you can use videos no matter what, but I don't really see it much with e-com products. But you can also put like each card, you could upload a video if you wanted to. So you can upload a photo or a video into each card. But this is a great example of how you can use a carousel ad for an e-commerce product. Here's another example of one. Now they used a video for the first one, right? And then they used different photos in the next cards. So I did this once with a Christmas dress that had like 10 different versions of this Christmas dress, and I put them all into a carousel. That way people could swipe through and look at the different versions of the Christmas dress, and each one actually had a different name. So, and it was really effective, right? Because carousel ads can be great for displaying multiple variants of the same product, or again, it's just a way that you can be really creative about trying to demonstrate the product that you have in a story format, where as they swipe through, because obviously this is the only card somebody's going to see. This image here is created for effect, but this is the only card somebody's like, they'll see this first card and a little bit of the second card. So it's going to naturally make them want to swipe through. And if you have good, if it's an interested audience and you have a good call to action up here, then it's going to be a great way to increase your click-through rate on your advertising. So great Facebook ads stop the scroll. I mentioned this earlier. This is the idea that you want to think about in terms of your creative, right? Now that we talked about some of the details of and the precision points, I guess, of actually selecting a photo or video and what it should look like and how you can get one done. Now I just want to talk about the concept level, that the idea of a Facebook ad is to get people to stop in the middle of whatever they're doing as they're scrolling through. So the image should break the pattern of your audience, okay? And remember, with a video thumbnail, the image is all they are going to see before they actually press play. Now, I just want to give you a couple examples of what I think are good ads that stop the scroll, right? And why I think so. This one I like because it's an example of a person actually opening, right? It's kind of a still frame action shot, okay? And that can work really well when you include people in your advertising like that, because naturally, right, we're on Facebook. Facebook is a social platform. Generally, that's the type of picture that you're seeing. So if you're a wine lover, and you enjoy wine, this is a great ad to get you to stop. You're scrolling through and you see this guy with a smile opening up a box of all these different wines that came, and it's kind of like, okay, you know, what is this? And then they got this great title that says get 3 bottles of personalized wine for $19. Like, it really, it's going to hit the target audience. And they even have a great ad copy here, which I'm not really, I mean, speaking about ad copy is separate than creatives, but their ad copy is great because it's enticing. Answer 6 simple questions and let our scientific algorithm match you with wine you'll love. Get personalized wine selections delivered right to your door in 2 days. So from start to finish, I think this is a really good ad because they are not just coming out and directly selling here. They're enticing them with curiosity, 6 simple questions to match you with the wine you'll love. Okay, and then also pre-selling the fact that you can get personalized wine selections delivered right to your door in 2 days. They got this great ad creative here that is going to be appealing to anybody that likes wine, which is obviously who they're going to show this type of ad to. You know, the idea of unboxing these wines and then get 3 bottles personalized for $19 right there in the headline. It's a really good ad from start to finish. This one. This is a great one because it is like capturing you in a moment, right? Like the colors, the contrast, just the overall vibes and the good feeling that you get from this. And then it says tap to open. So this is a type of ad which is a canvas ad, so that if they tap to open, it'll open up like a whole mini little landing page right inside the Facebook newsfeed. But I love this one because they're creating a story and they're like putting you right in the story. The fresh floral air energizes you. The warm, tranquil water refreshes you. The breathtaking natural beauty renews you. There's no place on earth like Hawaii. And they have this beautiful image with this fruit that looks really, really enticing. And then from the farm to your table, which is a great curiosity grab to want to open it up and look more and see what this is all about. So again, from the copy to the actual creative, it's really good. It grabs your attention and then it keeps your attention and curiosity with the copy, which is something that you want to think about, right? You want your ad copy to match your creative. Like, they should go together. You should be creating a mini little story to get people interested in what you're doing with your product. So here's another one. This one is fantastic because it's really bold. Okay, the contrast that they use here. It's simple, right? This is a simple product. Okay. Simple in terms of, I shouldn't say simple product, simple in terms of what the image is. Okay, this is not a complicated image to take. This is somebody literally standing there with a bag, and then they just added some contrast and brightness to this photo before uploading it. So anybody could do this, but the contrast here is amazing, right? All black background with a bright pink bag, and it really stands out. And then the copy, oh my God, new duffels are finally here. Every bag is one of a kind and made using recycled billboard ads from all over the US. Use code FB20 for 20% and join the Rare Form movement today with a link. Now, analyzing copy for typical ecom products, okay? what we want to think about here when it comes to and I know that this lesson was called ad creatives, which is different than ad copy, but I want to talk about both of them because they go hand in hand, and I'm not creating a whole lesson just on copy. So you want it to be short and punchy, all right? These are the ideas that are going to get people to actually click, which is the only goal of the ad, right? The goal of the ad at this level is to pre-sell and get people interested enough to click and want to go visit the store, see how much the product costs, and hopefully, if you do a really good job on your product page and product description, to get them into the buying mode of going through the checkout process. All right. But highlighting a few things that this ad copy does really well. It's short and punchy, okay? Like it starts out, OMG, new duffels are finally here. And then it goes in that every bag is a one-of-a-kind and handmade, used recycled billboard ads from all over the US. So they're doing multiple things here. One, they're creating excitement. New duffels are finally here. All right, whether you follow this brand or not, like they're including you almost as if you were waiting for this. OMG, new duffels are finally here. Hitting with excitement. Okay, benefit driven. Every bag is one of a kind, okay, which is nice because it makes you feel unique, right? You're getting a unique bag, one of a kind, made using recycled billboard ads. Now that might not matter to everybody, but there's a large portion of the population that will matter to because they like the idea. And my guess is Rareform knows who their audience is that they're targeting, people that are interested in conservation and green movement, right? They're creating a benefit here for people that like the green idea of recycle, okay? And then made from all over the US with the US flag, so definitely doing a call out to people that live in the US. And then also benefit driven, use code FB20 for 20% off. Great idea. So you can even see they use a green recycle emoji here to highlight the concept as well, that is kind of the audience that they're going after, people that care about the green movement, people that care about the environment, about the planet, okay? And then they're giving a special code and even naming it FB20 to make it feel like because you saw this ad on Facebook, you get this 20% off coupon code. Using emojis effectively. Again, emojis are fantastic. You shouldn't overdo them, but using emojis effectively can be really powerful just to spice up your ad. It just creates like a more friendly, more engaging type of you know what I mean. So it's more friendly, more engaging to the audience because emojis are like what you use in text messages and what you use in Facebook Messenger. So it kind of makes it feel a little bit more like it's coming from a friend than coming from a company, okay? Here's another example. This one's also from Rareform. I just was going through and I thought these guys made a fantastic example of how they're creating ads and how they're speaking to their audience, okay? See how we recycle close to 20,000 pounds of billboards a month into one-of-a-kind bags. When you own one of these bags, you make an impact. That is a fantastic type of line to use, okay? They are including the audience. They're speaking to the audience really well. When you own one of these bags, you make an impact, okay? And for people that care about the environment, right? People that kind of stuff matters to them, which there's a very large part of the population that does care about this. That's going to speak to them. That's going to get their attention because they want to make an impact. This is why, as an example, some people say they drive a Prius or a green car, like a Tesla, whichever one, these types of cars because they're better for the environment. They make an impact. So there's an audience for that out there. Rareform knows who their audience is and they're speaking directly to them. This video, right, it says in LA alone. This is a great starting thumbnail caption. In LA alone, what? It leads to the idea, okay, see how we recycle close to 20,000 pounds of billboards a month with one-of-a-kind bags. In LA alone. So now I'm thinking like, okay, well, what in LA alone? How many pounds in LA alone? Or how many billboards? Or how much, so like it's a curiosity loop in the video to get you watching. And then again, benefit driven, use Facebook FB20 for 20% off. All right. But again, the copy is short, right? It's short, it's punchy, it's benefit driven, it's straight to the point. It uses good emojis, not overkilling it. And this one is an example of a video compared to the photo in the last one, which I think both of them are really well done ads. So talking about ad copy for e-commerce 101, right? Ad copy, copywriting is a science in and of itself. But when it comes to e-commerce, I don't think it needs to be too complicated. And there are different schools of opinion out there. Some people like long copy, which means you write a lot of text, and some people like short copy, like what you see here. It's just short to the point, and you let the creative really create the interest. I prefer short copy when it comes to basic e-commerce products that are like, in that $20 to $200 range. I don't think you really need long ad copy, especially if you're using a video. If you're using a video, the video is the long copy that is doing the selling, right? Through the demonstration and the subtitles and the text. But some basic ad copy pointers, all right? Number one, problem, solution. Okay, this is what works with, let's go back here, stuff like this, okay? These types of products that are like home goods products, which is a massive niche, this works really, really well because they create a problem in the mind of the person, even if it's not really a real problem, right? So if you were to watch this video, right, like now this is basically the ad copy here says this bowl is amazing, fresh and healthy salad can be done in just 1 minute. Now on first pass of that, you might think, well, they're not really talking about a problem here, but they are. Okay, because the problem that they're going to highlight, and they do it subjectively here, is that most salads can't be made in 1 minute, right? That it takes more time to create a fresh and healthy salad. So to say fresh and healthy salad can be done in just 1 minute is like a solution to a problem that the user wasn't even thinking about until they saw this ad. Same thing here. Can't live without a smoothie. Take your juicer wherever you go. Problem, solution. Problem is you want to be able to that's what this item is. I think I got that confused earlier, but that's what this item is when you read the copy. This is the smoothie thing in the back, and easily charged with any USB device. But anyway, you can see here what they're actually doing is creating a little bit of a problem. Can't live without a smoothie. Take your juicer wherever you want to go. Looking for a sponge that can do anything, and then they highlight bacteria and mildew free, cleans dishes, all these different things. Okay, so even though these aren't necessarily big time problems they have, they know the audience they're going to. People with lives and disposable incomes, and like in America and a lot of these first world countries, these types of problems that are not even really big problems, but just like little life convenience problems can work really well when you highlight the problem well and create that problem in the mind of the user, and then show them the better way, show them solution, right? Again, it's like the infomercial format that has worked for years, and you're just condensing that now into like these small e-com product videos. Okay, new and exciting and these are basically what I'm doing here: problem, solution, new and exciting. These are like two of the formats that I think work really, really well when it comes to e-commerce. There's more formats that you can use, right? But the problem, solution, where you highlight a problem and then present a solution, is fantastic. And then also the new and exciting format of creating ad copy is where you call out the audience and make an announcement. That's like what I'm showing you here with Rare Form. That's like what happened here with Club W. Answer 6 simple questions and let us match you with wine you'll love. Now, they're not really calling out in terms of excitement, but they're calling out the audience and creating that interest. Okay. Same thing here. So like this one really goes on the excitement level. OMG, new duffels are finally here. This one's going with, see how we recycle close to 20,000 pounds of billiards a month. But no matter what, the point is with all of these ads, even with Jasper's Market here, like they are getting into the mind of the user. Okay, what Jasper's Market does is it knows the audience that it's talking to, are people that are going to be interested in fresh produce, right? People that don't want to eat processed foods. They want to figure out how they can get fresh produce. So they are going with the story format of getting into the mind of the user to get their interest. Okay, so new and exciting is definitely a fantastic way to go, where you're calling out the audience, making an announcement. Another thing you could add to this, I guess, is curiosity, because it doesn't necessarily have to be that you're like yelling something new or yelling something exciting, but if you're creating curiosity in there as well, like what Jasper's Market does, then that's curiosity is like an open loop. It makes people want to go further and to see more or read more. 6 basic buying motives. Okay, I didn't make this up. These are the motives that are why people buy things. Okay, this happens at a subconscious level, and if you can understand this, you can understand how to write your ads according to whatever product you're trying to sell, because you understand what the motive is why somebody would buy that product. All right, fear of loss, comfort and pleasure, avoidance of pain, love and affection, pride and prestige, profit or gain. All right. Now, it doesn't mean that, fear of loss can apply to any single one of these, right? Fear of loss is like, is a major buying motive, where people buy based on not wanting to miss out on something, or not wanting to lose a good deal, or not wanting to lose their chance to get something exclusive or limited time. So you can use fear of loss in your advertising campaigns to create more urgency in people wanting to make a purchase. All right. Comfort and pleasure, anything that you can make somebody's life more comfortable or more pleasurable, or make an experience more comfortable or pleasurable, that's always going to be something that we naturally seek comfort and pleasure as human beings. Avoidance of pain is something similar, but it's a different type of motive. Okay, seeking comfort and pleasure could be like wanting to go to a luxury resort. Avoidance of pain could be like a better way to diet, a better way to get, or I should say, a better way to fit without having to go to the gym for hours a day. Okay, so that's a different kind of avoidance of pain versus comfort and pleasure. It's a different focus in the motive. It's a different focus in what somebody is really after. Love and affection, that's going to apply to family, relationships, pets, and anything in that area. Love and affection is, of course, a huge buying motive. Look at Valentine's Day, right? Look at Christmas. Look at people that buy stuff for their pets. They buy it because of love and affection for somebody else. Pride and prestige. This is like your ego. All right. Think about luxury brands, Rolex, Rolls-Royce, as 2 really high-level examples. People buy that stuff and pay those big prices because of the pride and prestige of owning something like that. Okay, and there's multiple brands and ways that this could apply. So if you're going after something exclusive, and it doesn't even need to be something pricey, right? It could be something that's just like pride. Pride can apply to so many things. Okay, pride can apply to what you do, your hobby, if you're a veteran, right? Pride could apply to being a veteran. When we go back, or even when we go back to this shirt, in pride in the way that you are as a person, right? I am politically correct. I say Merry Christmas, God bless America. I own guns, eat bacon, blah, blah, blah. This is all based on the pride of, a certain class of American that feels like, I don't even know how to classify it, and I don't want to, because I'm not trying to have a political conversation here. But this is basically a certain type of American that believes in like the Second Amendment, gun rights, and being able to say what you want to say, freedom of speech, and all these types of things. Okay, so that's pride. Okay, that's pride in a different way of not like a luxury or exclusive, but just pride in who you are as a person, and what you stand for and what you believe in. And then profit or gain, Of course, I don't even need to explain that one. If you have something that helps people profit more or gain more from the experience or the outcome or the product or the service of what you're selling, of course, that's a major, major motive. General guidelines about copy length. I already mentioned this. Copy can usually reflect the price and complexity of the offer, meaning the more expensive it is, the more explanation you need. The cheaper it is, the less explanation you need, which is why simple e-commerce products in that sweet spot of $20 to $90 don't need long copy, right? As an example, a t-shirt, I already talked about this. T-shirt doesn't need a lot of explanation for a purchase. It doesn't need a video. It doesn't need like a whole, long post about it. All you would have to say in a post like what that shirt, what that shirt was. One thing that can work great is questions. You could be like, you could say something like, "Are you a proud American?" Now that shirt's gonna create some controversy. That shirt's gonna create some polarizing views. But the good thing about that is you're not trying to sell to everybody, right? You know who your target audience is, and so it's going to create a positive effect on the people that you're actually trying to target, okay? But it doesn't need to be a long copy. It could literally be just something that says, "Are you a proud American?" ? American flag emoji, then represent with this all-American shirt, get yours here, and then it has a link to buy, right? Simple 3-line copy, okay? More expensive products and more complicated offers need longer copy with longer sales funnels, all right? And I'm not going to really get into this deep here because I think it's a little bit more of a higher level concept that is not meant for right now. But the example is a car, right? A car usually is a 1 to 3 month sales cycle for people that are in the market actually looking to buy. And it's going to require a lot of copy. It's going to require a lot of explanation. A lot of times it requires multiple ads and trips and different creatives and all these things because it's a major investment. I was talking with someone actually just the other day. I was giving them some free, it was a friend of mine. I was giving them some free consultation on something that they showed me. They were advertising a small franchise startup, and it was, they were running short copy campaigns that were, just like 1 or 2 ads to these people. And I was like, you need to consider the customer journey here. Most people, to invest in a small franchise startup like this is still a major investment. They're going to need more convincing. They're going to need you to spread your campaign out with multiple ads over a longer sales cycle that is going to create more explanation, have longer videos that show the process, and have longer ad copy that demonstrates the value of this and handles the objections of the purchase point and the investment price, right? So general guideline, okay? There's in-between ground, and there's a lot of information out there on writing copy, but this is certainly enough to be a good guideline for the products that you're selling. Make sure you tell them what to do with a call to action. People won't just automatically click your link and buy. You might think that they would, like, oh, as long as I put my product here and put a link in there, then they'll know to click the link if they want to buy it, but it's not, all right? You want to be precise with what you want, right? And that's how you can see in, if we go back to these, right? So get personalized wine selections delivered right to your door here with a learn more button, okay? That's their call to action. Use FB code 20 and join the Rareform movement today with a link to click. Okay, use FB code 20 for 20% off at Rareform. You can get even more specific with like these that you see. Get it with a link. Okay, get yours here with a link. So, and that's where shop now. Get it 40% off now, right? So you want to be clear, concise. You want to tell them what's in it for them, and you want to put that link right in there that directs them to the product page of where they can make that purchase, as you see here. Now they did it twice. You can do that, or you don't have to do that. I don't personally put it twice, but they're going very direct. Order yours here with a link to the product page. Okay. And I already mentioned this, the Facebook Creative Hub. This is an excellent place where you can go get inspiration on lots of creatives that are out there between photos, videos, carousel format. Let's actually just go and look really quickly. Hub is actually a little bit different than what I showed you earlier in the inspiration. This is where, again, you can see ideas and get inspiration, but you can also create mock-ups here as well. So that's cool. If you go in here, oh, well, it's going to make me select an account. So never mind that, because I'm not going to select an account right now and go through the whole process. But basically, you would be able to go through and create your own mockups, and you can get ideas and inspiration from. I don't know why it's doing that. I didn't realize it made you actually create an account. They didn't used to do, or sign in with an account. They didn't used to do that. But anyway, it's a great place to come get inspiration, come get ideas, and look at different things that you can do. So you can explore the Creative Hub as well. All right, so that's everything for this video. I know this was a longer video, just about 1 hour here exactly. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.